Welcome back, folks. Me, Phil Terrell. You're watching the final part of the Resident Evil Remake Let's Play. So let's go and get the show on the road because we got to do my least favorite part of this entire game. Hopefully, I didn't say the other parts my least favorite part of the game, but this is absolutely by far my least favorite part of the game, and it's the fuel capsule section, which we're going to go ahead and get that fuel capsule right now. It's empty, so we don't have to worry about imminent destruction. But I've learned a few things in my research on the fuel capsule because there's some things I actually didn't know about. So this is a new BOW. We won't be seeing them too much because we're already at the end of the game and they're only in this one section. But this is that was a chimera, which is a combination of a fly and a human gene splicing experiment. But they go down relatively quickly with 2 shotgun shells. So we're going to take out that chimera, that one in particular. And we're going to take that fuel capsule because that fuel capsule is very important to getting the power running in this place. So we take the elevator to face the final boss. So chimeras take about 2 shots. They're pretty annoying because even if you kill one, they tend to respawn out of the vents. But not like super duper quick. Like you kill one, respawn, kill one, respawn, kill one, respawn. Nothing like that. I just feel like you dilly dally in the room, you get another chimera encounter. But I'm just double checking the room is clear before I go in there. And I know that sounds weird because I said they respawn, but I think this room is the only room where they don't continuously respawn. Okay, so now we're going to go and start inserting some modis because I need to rescue Jill, because without using these modis you will lose your other partner. So in Chris's case, I was gonna say case is Chris. In Chris's case, you rescue Jill. In Jill's scenario, you rescue Chris. But Chris has Jill, and then Jill has the superior scenario because of Barry Burton alone, in my opinion. Barry is one of the main reasons this game is so amazing in Jill's scenario. So let's go ahead and go into these double doors, and we're going to use one of the modis here. And there's really no reason to go in these double doors unless you want to use the modis. There's absolutely no key items in here, so you're going to want to push um, the shelf all the way back here. Push it all the way back here, and then you're going to grab and jump onto the ledge onto the right, but there's shotgun shells on the left, so if you want to grab those you can. It never hurts to have more shoddy shells. So go up here, there's a vent, we're going to crawl up, and then there's 2 vents here, but we're going to go up to the one at the top. There's nothing on the one on the bottom. So here we're going to jump down from this ledge, and this should be a chimera that's going to actually follow us through the vent. The chimeras will follow you through the vents. So we're going to use one modis here, not the herb mix, and we're going to put Super Smash Brothers Melee in there. And every one of these GameCube looking things, I want to say what one of my favorite GameCube games are. Super Smash Bros. Melee is probably my favorite. A lot of fond memories with that, with my homies, my brothers in arms, and then of course my wife. Lots of fond memories with Super Smash Bros. Melee. So we're done with that. Let's go through this door, and then we're gonna go and use a second modis. But the good thing about the second modis is the fuel for the capsule. I guess that's really not a good thing because I don't really like the fuel capsule sequence. But I'm gonna go ahead and get another modis because when I go and return the fuel capsule, there's another modis there. So really, if you feel like you get by this section without using a healing item, you can just ditch the healing item. I feel like now I kind of knew I didn't need it, but I'm also going to save right here because I know Murphy's Law is a thing, and I remember my practice run through here where I literally just ran and didn't even think about it and I blew myself up. So I don't want that to happen on this, so I decided to save because I remembered that very unfondly memory. A very unfond memory, shall we say. So let's go and get the fuel. So here's the thing about this fuel capsule thing. There is the very stupid thing about this is you have to think that a researcher had to go from where we got the fuel capsule, go all the way over here, right? Go all the way this way, and then you have to insert the fuel capsule into the fuel tank or whatever, the fuel dispersion device. And then you had to walk all the way back to where that boiler room is without bumping into nobody, without running or anything. Like, that's pretty agonizingly difficult as well as nerve-wracking. I couldn't imagine being that researcher doing that. So that's one thing. But then we're also going to insert Metal Gear Solid, the is it the Twin Snakes? I forget what it was. The Resident Evil 1 remake that no one seems to really like because of the silly cutscenes, but I actually love that game because of the silly cutscenes. And so we're going to go and insert this in here, and then we're going to refuel it. Now, as I was getting at, the researcher would have to go all the way back from here, all the way back to where we put this capsule in, and then set it in there. And here we get the warning that running could be fatal. So, in the remake, or the remaster of the remake, to walk, you have to hold the D-pad. At least that's how I found out. I was trying to figure out after I blew myself up how to walk, because any of the buttons don't actually cause me to walk. It just might be my control scheme, but I was too lazy to figure it out, so I was trying to just do random things to figure out how to walk, and using the D-pad is that. Now, there is a chance that you could run and be absolutely fine. And then if you decide to, oh, I don't know, let me just go ahead and run, you could blow up. Or if you shoot, you could blow up. I'm looking at a chart here I found on the Resident Evil wiki or fandom page that if you use weapon fire, such as shotgun, magnum, grenade launcher, rocket launcher, there's a 25% chance you could go boom. If you get caught into a defense grenade explosion in case of Chris, there's a 20% chance you go boom. You get grabbed by a zombie, it's 30% you go boom. You get grabbed by a chimera, it's a 20% you get boomed. Attacked by a zombie, 20%. Attacked by a chimera, 20%. If you're running on easy mode, it could explode between 3 to 6 seconds. If you're running normal mode, it's 3 to 4 seconds, and then run in hard mode after 3 seconds. So you could run, but you have to be very conscious about how much time you're spending running. And, you know, I'm not very time conscious, so I just prefer to walk and avoid that whole problem. Now, since we put the fuel capsule in there, there's no more risk of us getting blown up, and hopefully I conveyed how much of a complete and utter, what's the word I'm looking for? Idiotic thing that is. So Umbrella, since we know Umbrella's ready to do this, Umbrella, you're for doing that. Let's go ahead and put the third disc in, Resident Evil 4, which is going to incidentally be after this game's release in 2002. So passcode has been transmitted. All three, actually, I take that back. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and then probably Resident Evil 4. So let's go ahead and take care of this chimera, open these doors, and then we go through here. Now, now that we have the power on, we can turn, or now we have access to the power, we gotta turn the power back on. Why they couldn't just put a button right there next to the fuel capsule, I have no idea, but it is what it is. So we're going to go onto this computer terminal, turn it on, and everything turns on. So now the elevator leading to the final boss is there, and I'm just going to go ahead and run because I don't feel like dealing with these insect people anymore. So go through these double doors, and we're just going to keep going, I might shoot down a couple chimera, or I might get a hand grenade because, you know, you can never have too many hand grenades, even though I won't use another hand grenade in this Let's Play. But let's go ahead and continue on through these doors. And essentially, we're done with my, or I guess Richard's boomstick. I guess it is my boomstick because I inherited it from Richard. But we're done with the boomstick. We won't be using it anymore, unfortunately. The final boss doesn't really stagger very much to a boomstick. Well, stagger is not really something the final boss does. He just takes the hits like a boss. No pun intended. So we're going to trade our boomstick for the magnum. So we're going to go in here, and I'm going to be very sparse with my equipment because I only got 6 spots to work with. So I'm going to use my magnum rounds and my magnum. Where is my magnum? Right here. And then I'm going to get another healing item. Let's just go with the big heal. And really, you can get another healing item if you want, but you might want to consider leaving one spot open because we're going to have to use a spot to get to the final stretch of the game. So we're going to go ahead and turn on this elevator, and we're going to get a sequence with somebody catching up to us. The elevator is working. Yes, Chris.
Chris!
Oh, speaking of.
Rebecca!
Well, she's not Chris, but she said Chris.
In her garden.
It took you that long, huh?
I finally caught up.
Did you have to do all those crazy puzzles too?
I'm glad you're okay. No more following. Just stay with me, kid.
That's my plan, sir.
Thumbs up. Okay. You're absolutely well. She's not useless in this gameplay. Like I said, she does heal you in different certain parts of the game, and she does kind of sort of help you with the final boss, not the pre-ultimate final boss fight, which we're about to do right here. So this right here, um, this is a pretty what am I going to say? I really love the sequence, long story short. I really love how this scene is done.
Wesker.
So you've come. Chris, you make me proud. But of course you are one of my men.
Thanks. Since when, Wesker?
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Since when have they been slipping you a paycheck?
I think you're a bit confused.
I've been working for free this whole
Always
time.
been with Umbrella. And stars were umbrellas. No, rather, my little piggies. The tyrant virus leaked, polluting this whole place, and unfortunately, I had to give up my lovely members of stars.
You killed them with your own dirty hands.
I'm amazed that Wesker did not shoot Chris
son of a
when his
bitch.
hand was getting raised.
Oh yes, dear. Just like this.
Becca!
Don't move!
You.
I don't think you want to die just yet. I have something that's of some interest to you.
This is some evil mustache twirling music right here. Nemesis? No, you're not. I keep doing your solid black lines in here. That is the final boss, which is kind of a joke in this game.
The ultimate life form.
Shadow the
Tyrant.
Hedgehog. I mean Tyrant. But if you have the Magnum, it's a pretty easy boss fight.
Wesker, you've become senile.
Chris, you'll never understand. It's magnificent.
It's all mine. Oh wait. Oh.
Wesker.
No! I wanted this the whole time, Chris. You'll see in Code Veronica. Ugh.
Come on, you test tube freak.
Okay, so the Tyrant. If you have the Magnum, this boss fight's a complete joke because he's not gonna run. There's no time for this. You can't catch up with Rebecca. Rebecca, just keep playing dead. The Tyrant will ignore you. If you shoot the Tyrant about 6 times with your Magnum, it will go down. I think that was 6. Maybe it was 6, maybe it was 5. But go back here and then use the release the lock. Yeah, that final boss is a bit of that pre-ultimate final boss is a bit of a joke. If you examine Wesker's body, you'll see that he's holding something. It's actually a notebook from William Birkin, who's talking about the G virus and then the Nemesis parasite that she goes by, the prototype parasite. And then he name drops Alexia from Code Veronica here. This whole notebook's a bit of a nice little cameo / teaser for the other Resident Evil games, but very, very, very interesting. Willie B. And we'll be seeing Willie B in my Resident Evil 2 Let's Play, so be sure to tune in for that. Okay, so let's go check up on Rebecca. And Rebecca, are you okay? Rebecca? Rebecca, you're the only person in this team that wears a bulletproof vest.
Chris.
It's a good thing you were wearing your bulletproof vest.
Maybe it's because she's the
There's
medic.
nothing
She
left
gets
for
the
us to do
bulletproof
here.
vest. Everyone
Let's
else
get
is
moving.
expendable.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one thing that I'm not a. Kind of doesn't really make sense in the context of the game because Enrico got shot, and Enrico was one of the leaders. Well, he was the leader of Bravo team, and he got shot, and he didn't get a bulletproof vest unless Wesker was using armor-piercing rounds. But yeah, it's weird how Rebecca's the only one wearing bulletproof vests, and whenever this is a special weapons task force team from the police station in Raccoon City. But we're gonna go ahead
What is
and
it?
initiate
I
the
found a file in the lab.
self-destruct sequence because
Apparently,
Rebecca's
there's
going to do
still
it
a
for
lot of
us,
tyrant
and
virus
we're going to
here.
get into one of the more
We should blow
annoying.
this whole place up.
Yes,
Right. The show must go
the
on.
show must go. The show must end,
I'll leave
Chris.
that up to you,
Uh,
Rebecca.
I'm
so if
on
you
it.
save
I'll start
Rebecca,
the self-destruct
she'll do the
system I found a
self-destruct
little while
sequence.
ago.
I believe
It's
if
not like
you
we're
do
out of
not
this yet.
save
I'll see you on the
Rebecca,
outside.
you have to do this as
Outside.
Chris. So luckily, we don't have to do that. So I could be wrong about that, but I want to say if Rebecca's dead, there's no one to initiate the self-destruct sequence, so you have to do it. Now, when you get here, you get into one of the more annoying sequences in Resident Evil. Thank you. Resident Evil is notorious for all sorts of self-destruct sequences, missiles inbound, and to blow up the location you're at. It's very much like a Metroid game in that sense. But there's going to be chimeras here. I'm not going to really waste any ammo. I'm just going to run, because I don't want to get stabby. And we're going to go and rescue Jill on the way out. So, because we used all 3 modus, and the lights for the door that we're about to turn are all green, we can pull the levers down, and we can go and rescue Jill now. Now, if you choose not to rescue Jill, it's assumed that she somehow was able to get out, but I don't see that happening since the door is locked. So if you don't rescue Jill, it's pretty much assumed in a foregone conclusion that she goes kaplooey with the mansion. But we got to make Resident Evil 3 canon because that's one of my favorite games, and we got to rescue her. So let's go ahead and go down here. Step. No rush, Chris. The building is not like it's going to blow up. So go down here and then go through this door. Now, I think you can open the 3 locked door and come down here and talk to Jill through the door, but you won't be able to open it
Jill?
because the door's locked
Chris!
electronically. That's so nice. Where were you at?
You're okay.
I couldn't find Barry.
It's Wesker. He...
I know.
But we
First, let's
we
get
rescue
out of here.
Jill, and so everything's all hunky-dory. So let's go ahead and leave. So now we're almost guaranteed the good ending of the game. I say almost because the final boss is going to... how the outcome of the final boss goes is going to dictate whether Rebecca lives or dies, or if Barry lives or dies if you're playing Jill's scenario. So when you get to this door, Jill's going to just hightail it and leave us behind. She'll be like, catch up later, Chris. And so that will be our...
Let's get going.
let's get going. That's what I was going to do the whole time. But she's going to leave and we're going to catch up. Now, for a while, because it's been a while since I played Resident Evil ReMake. When I first played the game to get a feel for the game in the remastered form, I completely forgot where the exit was. So I was running all around the floor trying to find it. I'm like, where the heck is it? And then I remembered, oh yeah, it's all the way outside. So at this point, when you get to the chest right here, all you really need is a Magnum, all your Magnum rounds, preferably more than 12, probably 12 to back up, and then 6 in the chamber. And then you want to make sure you have at least 1 open slot, and then the rest of your slots can be healing items as far as I'm concerned. So Magnum rounds, the Magnum, fully loaded, your 1 open slot, and then healing items, because you're going to need 1 open slot to open the to power the elevator to get to the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and take the first aid box, because, you know, why not? I have 1 open slot left. This one should just be a green herb, I think. Just 1 green herb. Now, I don't know what's in the other green box, but I'm not concerned.
Running out of fuel. This is your last chance. If there's anyone alive, give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
Wow, amazing that his helicopter was going the whole time on 1 tank of gas, and Chris is like, I give up. There's no minutes involved here. There's no more minutes on this thing. I'm not going to waste any time. So the fuse unit, that's what we're going to use to turn on the elevator. So plug this into the elevator, and then we'll get a cutscene here with Rebecca, Jill, and Chris.
3 minutes to detonation.
The self-destruct system's activated.
No shit.
Good work. Brad's up in the helicopter.
Sorry. Shite. No
Those
shite,
beams
Rebecca.
are coming.
The thing's been announcing the whole
I'll
time.
take care of them.
But,
Chris, you just get in contact with Brad somehow.
okay.
I think it'd be a very awesome cutscene if, like, Chris just, like, chunked Richard's shotgun to either Rebecca or Jill and said, here you go, have fun with this. All I need is the Magnum. Now, unfortunately, time limit's going to be wasted a little bit here. So that's a little bit bummer, but it should not even take us 2 minutes to beat the final boss if you have the Magnum. Now, if you get smacked around like a little ragdoll by the final boss, that's a bit of a problem. But we need to use the signal rockets. Now, why we have to pick it up just to use it in the exact same spot, I don't know. But, this is what's going to call uh, Brad to come rescue us. So, boop. And, now Brad knows that, hey, come here. And there's a couple things that, I have a problem with this helicopter
Chris!
sequence, admittedly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the final boss. So the final boss is it can't be Wesker, could it? No, that's not Wesker. It's a giant albino naked dude with the heart explosive. So Jill gets slashed without slash marks. Now, if you do not shoot that tyrant to get its attention, it will kill Rebecca. Now, because we're going to shoot it in the butt, it's going to run towards us. Now, my suggestion is if he runs towards you, run in the direction of his small arm. That way his giganto claw does not hit you. And I almost got through this fight, I believe, without getting smacked around like that. I think that's the only time he smacks me, I believe. But Rebecca will help you out. But she might as well just be shooting blanks with the little handgun she has, while I have the real gun. So keep shooting the tyrant, and eventually you'll get a cutscene with Brad,
Chris,
who's
use
no
it.
longer on the radio,
Kill it, whatever
and
it
he's
is.
screaming over the sound of a helicopter. Somehow he dropped that rocket launcher down the ground while piloting the helicopter. Those are the two things I have a problem with. But you know what? I'm not complaining. He drops us the plot weapon that makes the tyrant go kaboom. And that's the end of Resident Evil Remake. So we get in, well, Brad gets to the helicopter, or flies a helicopter down to us. All three of us board it. I assume that Chris carries Jill in because Jill got knocked the hell out. So we're going to get out, and then we're going to see this amazing cutscene where the mansion just does the same thing as a tyrant with the rocket launcher, and it goes kaboom! Or I was a little late with that, or early with that, but anyways, it goes boom. So there goes all the evidence, there goes all the stuff we probably needed to make a case, but luckily we brought all the files back with us that we carried on us. So luckily, Jill, Chris, and Rebecca make it out alive with Brad. And Barry is probably chilling out with the aliens somewhere because, they just want to know why Barry is with these people. He has a beard and he has a magnum. I don't know. I just like Barry. So that's the end of Resident Evil Remake. Now, what do I honestly think about this game? This game is pretty darn amazing. It brought the game back. Well, I think it was still in its survival horror roots by the time this game came out. But after this game, we got Resident Evil 4, and that took the series in a completely different but more awesome direction, in my opinion. Because I played Resident Evil 4, I believe I said that. Then I went back and played Resident Evil Remake. So it's a bit of a awesome experience to go back and play this. Now, it's awesome playing this as a remaster of a remake of the original game. But it's also amazing that we don't have tank controls anymore, because even though it's very nostalgic to have tank controls, because Resident Evil 2, I've been playing that, the OG original recipe version, but I don't miss them. I don't miss them at all. But amazing game. I really like it. I like Chris. I like Jill. I like all the characters. I like their personalities. Rebecca, I can kind of give some flack for it because Resident Evil 0, but otherwise she's a good character. Just a little bit damsel in distressy. Now, I really wished from the bottom and the depths of my soul that they had made Resident Evil 2 Remake this way, but Resident Evil 2 Remake, fine game. I have nothing to complain about with that game. Maybe some parts here and there, but it's an amazing game nonetheless. I really wish Wesker was voiced by D.C. Douglas, I believe his name was, from Resident Evil 5. And I want to say Resident Evil Code Veronica, but we can't always get what we want. But fantastic game. Hope you really liked it. Shinji Mikami, thank you so much for making an amazing game. I believe I pronounced his voice right this time. And thank you again, Capcom, for making an amazing game. And if you like this playthrough and me Let's Playing Resident Evil Remake, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video. I had a wonderful time let's playing this. I hope you enjoyed it. And hey, we got a closet key, so we can get costumes. But that's the end of this let's play, folks. I'll catch you in the next one later, and bye. Catch you on Resident Evil 2 OG original recipe.